You walk into the store. Your old phone still works fine, but the battery drains a bit faster these days, and there's a tiny crack on the screen. You convince yourself this upgrade is for work. It's basically a productivity tool. So you drop $1,000 or more on the latest flagship model. As you leave the store, you feel a rush of success and excitement. But then you slide into your car, glance at that sleek new device, and suddenly your old frayed charging cable looks pathetic next to it. It almost feels wrong to connect this piece of engineering perfection to a cheap cord you grabbed at a convenience store years ago. Before you know it, you're adding an official fast charging cable for another $40. Later that evening, you set the phone on your nightstand. Your old scratched up plastic case now looks ridiculous hugging this premium titanium beauty. A nice leather or silicone case seems essential at $60 more. Then you realize your wired earbuds don't integrate smoothly anymore. They lack the seamless pairing and noise cancellation you now need. AirPods Pro, another $250. In just a couple of days, a purchase you budgeted at around $1,000 has quietly climbed toward $1,400, and you barely register the extra spending. This isn't a sign that you're bad with money. This is a classic psychological chain reaction that has quietly derailed far more personal finances than stock market crashes or bad investments ever have. The pattern is called the Diderot Effect, named after the 18th century French philosopher who fell into it himself. Today, I want to show you something even more useful. When you apply the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, to spending, roughly 80% of the money we waste doesn't come from buying one expensive item. It comes from buying one anchor item that then triggers 20% more follow-on purchases just to restore a sense of consistency in our lives. I'm Mark, and on this channel, we break down the invisible mental scripts that keep so many people stuck financially. If you're ready to keep more of what you earn instead of feeding endless upgrade spirals, hit that like button and let's get into it with examples you'll recognize immediately. The story begins in 1765 with the French philosopher Denis Diderot. He lived a modest, contented life, threadbare clothes, a rickety wooden chair, a scratched desk covered in ink stains, and a worn rug in a dusty study. He was happy with what he had. Then Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia and an admirer of his work, purchased his entire library for a sum equivalent to roughly $50,000 in today's money, while allowing him to keep using the books. Suddenly, he was flush with cash. Naturally, he decided to treat himself. He bought a luxurious scarlet dressing gown made of fine silk garment, fit for royalty. He slipped it on, looked in the mirror, and for the first time felt truly elegant. But when he sat down at his desk to write, the contrast hit him hard. The magnificent robe made his old battered desk look shabby and embarrassing. So he replaced the desk with a beautiful mahogany writing table. Now the robe and desk looked harmonious. But as he glanced down, the threadbare rug under his feet appeared filthy by comparison. He bought an expensive plush Damascus rug. The new rug, in turn, made the old curtains look cheap and faded. New curtains followed. Then the curtains highlighted how worn and mismatched the chair had become. A fine leather armchair took its place. Before long, he had replaced paintings, sculptures, mirrors, every visible item in the room until the entire space matched the quality and elegance of that single scarlet robe. In the end, Diderot was broke again. Years later, he reflected on the experience in his essay Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown, writing the now famous line, "I was absolute master of my old dressing gown, but I have become a slave to my new one." That sentence sums up the Diderot effect perfectly. When you introduce one new higher quality possession into your life, it often sets off a spiraling wave of consumption as everything else begins to feel inadequate and out of place. In the modern world, this effect is more powerful than ever because advertising and social media are designed to trigger it with precision. The good news is you can protect yourself by remembering the 80-20 rule in spending. About 20% of your purchases act as anchors, big, identity shifting buys that redefine how you see yourself. The other 80% of wasted dollars comes from the ecosystem of smaller but cumulative items needed to make the rest of your life feel consistent with the new anchor. Here are some everyday examples almost everyone has seen or experienced. Take buying a new performance vehicle. You finally get that sports coupe, luxury SUV, or high-end motorcycle you've been eyeing maybe $40,000 to $70,000. Right away, the old floor mats, all-weather liners, or helmet look cheap and out of place. You upgrade to premium mats, a custom-fit cargo organizer, a high-end helmet with Bluetooth, leather gloves, a riding jacket, performance tires, ceramic coating, window tint, and upgraded insurance. One big purchase quietly pulls in another $5,000 to $15,000 or more in accessories and upkeep just to match the new ride. Or consider home improvement. You decide to remodel the kitchen, new cabinets, quartz counters, modern appliances for $25,000 to $40,000. Once it's finished, the decade-old refrigerator suddenly looks dated and clashes with the sleek design. You replace it with a $3,000 smart model. Then the old flooring feels cheap underfoot, so you install hardwood or luxury vinyl plank for $10,000 more. Now the stunning kitchen flows into a living room that looks tired by comparison. Sofa, rug, coffee table, fresh paint, new lighting fixtures. A modest kitchen update easily snowballs into an $80,000 to $120,000 whole main floor refresh. The same thing happens with tech upgrades. You splurge on a premium laptop, say a MacBook Pro, or high-end Windows machine for $2,000 to $3,500. Suddenly, your old mouse feels imprecise, the keyboard clunky. You add a mechanical keyboard, ergonomic mouse, laptop stand, external monitor, docking station, protective sleeve, and cable organizers. That single computer purchase drags another $800 to $2,000 in peripherals to feel right. Fitness gear follows the exact pattern. You commit to getting in shape and buy top-tier running shoes, a smartwatch, or a home cardio machine for $200 to $2,000. Then regular cotton workout clothes feel inadequate. You need moisture-wicking shirts, compression leggings, wireless sports earbuds, a fitness tracker strap, yoga mat, resistance bands, shaker bottles, and supplements. What began as an investment in health turns into a full athlete lifestyle wardrobe, costing hundreds or thousands more. At its core, the Diderot Effect exploits our deep human need for consistency. When you buy something that signals an upgraded identity, I'm a luxury car owner now. I'm a serious cook. I'm finally getting fit anything that doesn't align creates subtle psychological tension. To ease that discomfort, we upgrade the mismatched pieces. It's not always about showing off. It's often about quieting an internal sense that things don't fit. Fortunately, there are simple, practical ways to interrupt the cycle. First, always predict the full chain reaction before committing to an anchor purchase. Ask yourself, what else will this item demand to feel complete? List out the ecosystem, the accessories, maintenance, subscriptions, insurance adjustments, and complementary items. Calculate the true system cost, not just the headline price. If a $500 gaming console realistically requires a 1,200 4K TV, extra controllers, online membership, and a gaming chair to look and feel right, you're looking at $2,500 or more. If that full amount stretches your budget too thin, skip the anchor for now. Second, enforce a strict buy one, give one, or sell one rule. The spiral accelerates when we accumulate. We add the new shiny thing but keep the old one, then feel pressure to bring everything up to the new standard. Counter it by removing an equivalent old item every time something new comes in. New running shoes? Donate or sell the old pair. New kitchen gadget? Pass along the outdated appliance. This caps your total possessions, prevents clutter, and forces you to stay intentional about what you truly value. Third, embrace strategic downgrading in visible areas of life. It sounds backward, but keeping one or two humble anchor items can be incredibly freeing. Drive a reliable older car instead of the newest model. Wear a simple functional watch instead of a flashy luxury piece. Choose plain comfortable sneakers over limited edition hype drops. When your visible status symbols are modest, there's far less pressure to upgrade the wardrobe, accessories, vacations, or social habits around them. You gain real freedom. Casual clothes feel appropriate. Eating out at low-key spots doesn't create dissonance, and you can enjoy life without constant comparison. There's nothing inherently wrong with nice things. A well-made item can deliver genuine pleasure, durability, and utility. The danger lies in letting possessions dictate your behavior, when the white sofa means no more friends with red wine, when the luxury watch makes you paranoid about every bump, when the scarlet robe turns spills into disasters. You stop living in your home and start maintaining a museum. Modern consumerism is engineered to keep us feeling perpetually one purchase away from happiness. But Denise Diderot recognized the truth more than 250 years ago. That single perfect purchase doesn't finish the puzzle. It scrambles the entire board and restarts the game. Next time an upgrade tempts you, pause and apply the 80-20 lens. Is this an anchor item that will quietly demand an 80% follow-on spend to feel consistent? Protect your wallet by forecasting chains, limiting accumulation, and deliberately keeping a few humble anchors. You don't need to live in austerity. You simply need to remain the master of your possessions, not their servant. If this breakdown helped you spot a potential spending trap before it happened, drop a like, subscribe for more straightforward money psychology, and share in the comments, what's the biggest upgrade spiral you've ever caught yourself in? I'd love to read your stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't buy the scarlet robe.